So initially, I wasn't gonna make an intro for this video. I was just gonna hop in and start talking about what we're doing in the video as we go. But holy shit, guys! What the fuck? 2,000 views on this video? You're going crazy. And the other video I uploaded next to it has almost 2,000 as well. It's like 1,900 something right now. Oh my god, that is crazy. So if you guys are new here, or you're returning and you have not already, please consider subscribing. We're gonna go for 500. I think it's a crazy goal, but I think we can hit it. Please consider subscribing. Thank you guys so much, and let's get into the video. You guys are crazy. Hello, space engineers. How are we doing today? So we have another science video. If you remember my trailer video, the first one, in the beginning, I was playing around with the idea of like missiles, and I kind of left it there. Well, recently I started seeing a lot of videos where people were taking a whole bunch of small, like small blocks and like launching them at like grids at high speed, causing like a buckshot effect. And I was like, that's pretty cool. But I was curious if we could actually make that work in kind of a missile. Now, this isn't shaped like a missile because this is a test, and I don't know how well it's going to work. But we're going to start with this. We're going to aim it at a pretty thick part of my old ship over there from SE1 and see how it performs. We have, what, like 2, 4, 6, 8, something like that. Small little blocks here at the back, and the idea is when it makes impact, it'll break these blocks up here first, and then when the sudden stop will launch these blocks forward into the grid at maximum velocity, hopefully causing some shrapnel. We're going to play around with some shapes, angles, percentages, distance from the back, acceleration, and just see how it does. But for first, I want to try this system we have here. It's not great, but it is just a little starter, a little trial, a little something. It isn't great, as I think I already mentioned before. I do want to keep this from, like, hitting at a weird angle. So we're just gonna do that real quick to keep it from doing anything funky. Because I wanted to pretty much land flat on its nose up here, because this is only one block thick. So hopefully it'll land on its little nose here, snap off, and launch that in there. So let's get this little thing. What is it, like? Is it 3? Or is it 4? It's 4. 4 has the little button. Let's get the... Oop, that's not the right button. This is. Let's get this placed on the back here, and let's launch this thing and see how it does. I'm kind of excited for this. Let's overpower. Oop, that wasn't... Oh. Okay. Well, it broke in. Okay. It does look like the... It does look like the little blocks came out, as I didn't see them go anywhere, so I'm gonna assume they made contact. So it... Oh, no, it only broke a piece of armor and then dented in. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, well, let's back it up and we'll play with a new idea. Actually, I want this a little more... This is a little more flat. I think maybe because of the ramp it connected weird. We'll try a thinner block and see if that does anything better. Let's back up more, because I don't think it had a chance to really get full velocity. Okay, we'll try it from here. So, let's go back to our blocks here. J. That's... Okay. Not the right block. Let's get the little bitty block. Okay. Oop, I messed up. Alright. Looking at it. J. I think I'm gonna have to like slap a gyro on it and like rotate it. There we are. So let's try a thinner kind of wall. We'll start with the like really small one first. Actually, I have no idea how many blocks it is. It's 4, so 1. I need to add 3. There we are. And that should create a Oh, okay, we only want a 3-block space, so we can get rid of these two. We'll try a more thin wall type of approach. In fact, I'm honestly gonna, just real quick so these grids don't separate. I'm going to trim this down here, because I also want it to be detailing blocks, because they offer, like, no armor value. I keep clicking wrong keys. Alright, so these... Okay, there we are. So now we can remove that safely. Let's see, let's get this 2, 3. I don't want it that big and flat, if that makes sense. I think we'll do one right here. Cut one right here. Okay. Now, let us we're going to make it a little longer. Because I want to see if maybe it just didn't get enough velocity. Also, I realize this isn't very big, so we're just going to have to do a bunch of small ones in here. We're going to go ahead and kind of do this idea. It doesn't need to be very strong on the side. It doesn't matter. I just want to see if this works. Okay. Let's get these over here. I forgot how to play the game for a second. I was clicking the wrong buttons. Alright, and we'll... Maybe that thruster was too big? I think these smaller thrusters are better anyway. That's interesting amount of thrust. Let's go ahead and get the tiny little blocks in here. So we're going to place them all at the end here. Maybe we'll get more shrapnel this time. Alright, now we gotta go through and break the bottom blocks of all of these. It's kind of the annoying part of doing this. I'm sure there's probably a better way. I just not Okay. Just not thought of it. So, yeah, that went dynamic. Cool. Maybe we can push this back in there. Nope, lost cause. Oh. Oh, okay. I guess I bumped the grid. And then let's get really tiny ones. We get left, right, up, down. Alright, there we go. Let's try it again. I guess I bumped the grid. That's my bad. Didn't mean to. We'll play some more. My bad, my bad. Let's get in there without bumping the grid this time. Ideally. Yeah, I might just fall back in. Why is this, like, doing that? Are they, like, too close? Maybe they are too close. I was trying to maximize space, but... Okay. I guess we could just do it like this. I wanted more in there to create like a bigger effect, but if we can't get that, I think that goes, yeah. Guess we'll try a longer one next. Okay, let's get a block up here to cover this. It's not ideal. I would have preferred a smaller block space, personally. Alright, here we go. Let's go ahead and slap our seat on this so we can adjust it to look towards the grid as soon as I figure out how to place blocks again. There we are. Okay, let's go V. Let's point this bad boy right here. Kind of at a flat angle. Okay. Remove. Gyro. Let's go ahead and replace like one of these blocks with a button. I forget which one's buttons. Is it legit? No. Automation. There we go. I knew that. I was testing you. Totally knew that. Alright, this time, let's get them all fully set to thrust. Okay. That didn't have much of an impact. I find that interesting. It did do more damage. This was definitely did more damage. It broke in more. The little blocks inside are gone, which means they kind of did their... Oh, I forgot that this... I forgot this grid has no, thrusters. Hold on. Let's just make this thing some thrusters so it stops trying to fly away. Let's get one on the bottom. Okay. Oh, those armor panels over there, they're broken off. Rotate. There we are. Now that should be sitting. So this is interesting. So this went in, broke apart much better, and shrapnel. It got a bigger area, but like armor that has a gap behind it seemed to completely defeat it. It's interesting. That's pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Let's I forget how to remove a grid. Let's just destroy this thing by hand. Nope. Nature took care of it. We're good. Let's try another idea, I think, where we make the armor, we just make it a little different, okay? I know that does not, it's not very not very specific, but let's back this up some more. I'm pretty sure we reach max speed by the time we hit that. Okay, so this time I want it to come to a point. And I want the block that's quote-unquote protecting it to be really, really thin. Yeah. I don't want it to be a decor block, but I do want it to be nice and thin. Okay, so let's bring this back. We're gonna kind of make this smaller and longer. I want this idea to work. Okay. Hopefully the like smaller, thinner approach here makes this work a bit better. Oh. Oops. Oops. Well, fairly well. We'll try that again. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. So let's look at that again. Hit J. That's the wrong button. J. Try and rotate that block towards it. You have to like get a gyro and stuff again. Alright, there we go. We got this now. Okay, let's try this. Let's do this again, but this time not as bad as how I did it last time. This time I'm gonna use you kind of create a smoother edge, if you will. And then repeat that up top. Oh my god, can I rotate a block? Jake, Jesus. Okay, there we go. I can, in fact, not rotate a block. It's just not in my job description. Okay, fill that in like that. There we go. And now we can try... Alright, wrong block. There we go. Alright, we just do it like this. And like this. And we'll fill in the insides here in a minute. Actually, yeah, I do want it, like, slightly over. Let's give this thing, like, a longer shrapnel barrel. I guess for more room for the shrapnel, I should be saying. We'll do this like that. Ta-da. That'll make for a good wall. Do it like that. Well, I mean, no, because the blocks fly out like that if I'm not careful. I was about to say, why don't I just leave that gap open? Because blocks will go flying. That's why. I want to make a missile system here with like shrapnel in it instead of just the launching blocks at blocks approach, you know? Let's leave this open for now. Let's go ahead and fill this with tiny blocks. Sure to put a bigger gap this time so it doesn't go all dynamic and fly all over the place like last time. A lot more shrapnel this time, which is very much ideal. Ooh. That's not ideal. We need to make this slightly taller. Alright, go ahead and break that. After we break the bottoms. Maybe I should make the armor that's holding these in also a little thinner. Maybe it'd be a better... I think the best approach to something like this would be a manually controlled missile. Where, like, you start launching it towards it, and then you angle yourself slightly, and you, like, open the roof. Or roof, quote-unquote, like this. Like, it would, like, fold up, and then, like, this would go flying out, and then you would, like, miss, and then this would be the shrapnel. Kind of like a cluster bomb. I think that would be a better idea, personally. But that's just, I don't think that's something I'm capable of making in this game. Not very talented if it's not obvious, so I just don't think that one's in my job description. I'm not a very good builder. I realize I could have avoided that by not placing it like I did on the other side, but here's what it is. So we'll just, this a little. Is there any blocks up there? No. Hopefully this one works better. I am going to give this the Giga Thrust treatment again. Hopefully the thrust to weight ratio isn't horrible. Oh my god, I don't want the big one. Alright, and then we need a chair. So we can line this up properly. Okay. Okay. There we are. It's getting V. That is not aligned. Let's point this towards that bad boy. We're gonna go for right about there. And let's try the system again. I think this one will work. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna go back to the drawing board and try something completely new. Oh, there it is. I was like, button. Point. I think it destroyed all the blocks inside. It may have... I think I accelerated too quick. Although, that appears to have Unless I missed it. That appeared to completely disintegrate on impact. Oh, yeah, I did completely disintegrate on impact. But this left a much more desired effect. But it's not getting through to the second armor panel here. It seems like spacing armor is, like, actually, like, saving this thing quite a bit. So the idea is there, it's working, but it's not working the way I want it to. Also, I think that was way too much thrust too fast, because I'm pretty sure a bunch of the shrapnel blocks broke apart before it made impact. Okay. Back to the drawing board. Give me a moment, and I'll make something new. Alright, so I'm pretty confident in what I've made here. In fact, I'm so confident in it, I've already named it the EB Cluster Bomb. Because nothing is more terrifying than an explosive device that's a little tired. I'm fairly certain this is going to work very well. So the idea here is this makes contact and it fires double tall rods into it. And after the initial impact, it will also shoot additional rods out the side into it, hoping... The idea is that this will break the armor if it's a pocket armor, and these will just shred right through the rest. I'm pretty confident in it. I've even, you know, made sure these are heavy blocks in the back, just so it doesn't, like... I lost my train of thought here. So it doesn't, like, break the blocks behind it as it accelerates. Yeah, I'm quite confident in this thing. I am ready. I'm excited to shoot it at the ship. And this time we made sure we're far enough away that way you can let it slowly accelerate. So let's give this a shot, shall we? I realized I was doing the wrong one. Oops, saving wrong. Alright, there's those done. I have to be uber careful not to bump the ship right now, because I don't want to send these things all dynamic and stuff while I'm out here trying to do this. Okay. I am, like, so excited for this one. And then we have a bunch of small ones in here to kind of allow it to have smaller bits in case the big ones aren't as effective. That's kind of the hope and pray. Damn it. Sorry, my dog, like, knocked into this chair. It's kind of the hope and prayer here. Did I get these ones on the side? I think I did. I don't recall. I did. Those are done, those are done, those are done. Okay. Now let's carefully build the roof of this thing. And send it on its way towards the ship over here. And pray all goes well. I don't know if I'm giving them too much room to move in there by making it that tall, but I'd rather give them a little too much room than not enough room, and they just kind of, like, come apart, so. Oh, this is exciting. Come on, shift, shift. There we are. Alright, so this time we're not going to crank the engine all the way up, just to try and let it get some time to accelerate without destroying all these blocks. But man, am I a bit excited. So we need to name this ion something different, because I want it to be the main thrust, but I also want to have some side thrusts to, in case these grids hit the back and, like, send it off course. I want it to, like, have additional thrust to, like, correct that, you know what I mean? So let's get the button here. Ion. I swear I've seen people rename these. I swear I've seen it. Huh. Okay. I swear I've seen a video of someone renaming them. Maybe I'm just dumb. It's possible. So we're gonna use these, like, little course correctors. Nothing to slow it down. Just stuff to keep it from going haywire while it's flying. Alright, you guys ready for this? I know I'm ready. Let's do this thing. So, our big one is the one. We're gonna do the majority of the thrust. Oh, it's not gonna hit speed in time. I'm inside. Okay. Okay, so it didn't hit the block it was supposed to, but yet it still did significant damage. I mean, this took the brunt of it, and then it launched its way in here and did quite a bit of damage. I'd say that works. That works quite well, actually. There's actually a couple little pieces flying around that didn't damage. Let's try that test one more time. But this time, let's give it a little more oomph, because it didn't accelerate quite fast enough. Alright, so we had to remove the blocks down the middle, because twice in a row when trying to set this up again, the blocks in the middle collided with whatever block I was trying to remove, and it combusted. So we've removed those in the middle. I don't know how we got away with it the first time, but this time, yeah, no, not so much. Not so lucky. Not so lucky, I'd say. So this time around, we are going to, of course, give this more thrust forward this time. It felt like it took too long to accelerate. And also, we're going to go top down because we beat up the side of that ship pretty heavy. And I was also curious of how a, what was I trying to say? Like a completely flat attack would do, you know? So we're gonna try that again. We're gonna do this little thruster thing to try and keep it from going anywhere when it makes impact, so it continues hopefully to try and fly straight. Not that it'll do much good. So we have the up, left, right, okay, and down. Down. Okay, cool. Now we are going to use the smaller thruster here. And we're not going to give this thing all the speed immediately because I don't want it to self-destruct. But I do want to give this thing a significantly higher amount of thrust than the other one had. So we're using these. Let's give this much thrust. Oh wow, that took off without me. Well, I guess we'll see when we get there. Oh, there it goes. It impacted. I was like, no impact? Interesting. Okay, so we see a hell of a hole already. So, that penetrated in. But it looks like the blocks kind of disintegrated instead of, like, going into the blocks underneath. Is there any blocks left in here? No, it completely shot all the rods out. It didn't look like any of the rods destroyed themselves when it took off. So, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. So I'd say technically this is a success. This isn't as good as like making something like I'm about to show you in 3, 2, 1. Okay, this took an unfathomable amount of time to build because I had to place in each individual block, and by the time I realized, hey, Jake, you could just make them and then like make a blueprint and like paste it. Yeah, I was too far gone by then. So we call this birdshot, and I think you'll understand why here shortly. You can make it more. I don't recommend, but you know, you can. So we're just gonna, you know, give me this big block here. All right, and oop, just gotta do this little number here, right? Worried about accelerating too quick because I'm afraid it'll like break the blocks, but you know. What can we do? Let's give it a shot here. Oh my god. So I may have forgot gyros. I'm not gonna save. Let's pray. Let's pray that saved with me doing that. Oh, it's still got the picture of me placing the blocks. I forgot gyros. Damn it. Actually, wait, did I actually forget gyros? Or There's no way I forgot gyros, right? Yes. Yes, indeed. I did forget gyros. I'll be back. This took longer than I cared to tell you to set back up, but we got extra thrusters and the biggest damn gyro in the game. So if you wouldn't mind supporting my suffering and consider subscribing and leave me a like, I'd appreciate it greatly. Now let's try this one more time. Boom! Oh my god. That is so destructive. Jesus. Yeah, I understand why people are using this method. Also, it ripped apart the missile that was already there. Look at that. I don't know how some of these blocks survived. Oh, that is so weird. It's like they hit. I know there was holes here for it to go through, and yet it didn't like damage it. I'm so confused. Yeah, they're not even dented. We're going to give that one more go. We're going to give it one last go. I'm not going to make you guys watch. And don't worry, this time, I'm going to do it a lot better. So I'll see you guys in a second, and we're going to rip that ship in half. I swear. Okay. So, we've made this one even more deadly. More blocks, heavy armor, a fresh copy of the ship. We are going to yeet this thing into it and pray that this is more effective. If not, I guess we have our answer about how this works. That was somehow less effective. What? Oh, we did lose a handful of blocks. I see. But still, that was less effective. Honestly, this was no more effective than the current missile system I was using. Actually, it kind of shredded the inside a little bit. No, not really that much. It dented a block, but like other than that. Yeah, this is literally no more effective than the EP cluster missile. But that area effect was pretty good. Fortunately, some of it came apart, so it's not ideal. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end this one here. I think the EP cluster bomb is a success, and I will be putting that on the Steam Workshop when that's available. If you guys want to use it, play around with it, tinker with it, whatever. I think it works good. I think its only downside is like pocket armor, you know, where there's like a space between one block and another block in the armor. That seems to defeat it quite easily, but if it's like 2 blocks, maybe 3 in a row, it's very good. Other than that, not so much. Which, I mean, there is no weapons in the game currently, so that is fantastic in terms of how to damage grid if you're not looking to do what I've done here and you want something a little more practical. Yeah, no, I'd say this experiment was a success. I might mess with it again if you guys want me to. Leave me a comment down below like, hey, do this missile one again. Try this, try that. And I will do it. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed, subscribe, please. I'm begging you. I'm on the road to 500. It'd mean the world to me. Like the video if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below anything that you want, honestly. It helps my videos out massively. As long as it's nothing negative, because YouTube doesn't like that, which I guess I understand. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!